Hello and welcome back to more Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, where in the last episode, we made our way to Atlantis along the fifth path and completed the third and final path of the game, and today we are finally going to be beginning our adventure in Atlantis, and I'm picking up from the fifth passage because that's the last path we played through, but I promise you, no matter which path you took, the team path, the witch path, or the fifth path, it will all be the same from here until the end of the game. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick up the wood thing that you're going to find right down here. Then you want to move to the right side of the area and use the ladder with the stone rubble.
The ladder is in place.
Then cross the ladder. And once you're over here, you're going to want to open up this stone thing.
Hey, it opens!
And then pick up the metal rod you'll find inside. And then you want to use you want to open up the gold box and then use the metal rod with one of your orichalcum beads to light up the room. Now we can use the sunstone with the spindle, followed by the moonstone with the spindle, and finally use the world stone. And you should know what to do by this point. Just use all three stones, and you may think to yourself, this is going to be easy, we've done this before, except there's one last twist here, in that, first things first, you need to know how you've been orienting these things in the past. First thing you want to do is align the stones the way you would have aligned them previously. That would be, for this run, it would be the setting sun up top, the new moon facing the setting sun, and the city facing the darkness. This is not going to do anything, because what we need to do is reverse it. So, click the outer stone 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. Click the moonstone 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then click the world stone twice, 1, 2. Done correctly, this is going to open the mouth of the statue.
The mouth of the statue opened.
So now all you have to do is simply use one of your orichalcum beads in the statue of the mouth. And then before you leave, you want to pick up the stones. And you want to pick up the ladder. Once you have those things, you can proceed through the doorway. Basically, there's going to be a bunch of different rooms. Some rooms are completely worthless, but other rooms are immensely important because they're going to be labeled. Some will be labeled machine room, statue room, bronze room. There's a bunch of different types of rooms that you can come across. We're going to come across all of them. And what I recommend you focus on doing is I recommend you focus on just going into all the rooms that you can that are marked as question marks so that you can get them labeled so that you know what they are and you can come back to them later if you need to. Because some rooms you won't be able to solve the puzzles in them until you get an item from a different room. So it's best to label them all, and if you come across a room that you can solve, I'll be sure to point that out as we come across them. But for now, I'm just going to focus on labeling all these rooms by just moving through the maze. Basically, you can just click on any room with a question mark in it, and Indy will automatically move to it. And then if you have to fight someone along the way, you can. It's not that big of a deal, because it's just freaking, like, spam the A button on them by alternating between positions until they fall down. You know that by this point.
Chance again. Too bad you didn't leave when you had the chance. Don't you know when to quit? Let's see you on the run for a change. Enough talk! Looks like he's got some rations.
Okay, we finally found a robot parts room. There are 2 possible robot parts rooms you can find. You can find either this one, or a room with 1 door here and 1 door here. If you get the one with 2 doors, then you just have to pick up a wheel. There's going to be a collection of robot parts in the room. You just have to pick it up from there. If you get this room, then you do the same thing. Just pick up the bronze gear from the robot parts. To find the room with the bronze spoke wheel, you have to crawl through the grate in this room. And then once you get here, you can pick up the bronze spoked wheel right here. And that's it for this room. This is the statue room. So what we want to do is we want to use the ladder that we found earlier in order to cross this gap. No, I said use the ladder with the hole. And walk across the other side. And then we want to pick up this cup right here. Then go back across the pit. I said go back across the pit. Pick up the ladder. No, I said pick up the ladder again. We don't want to leave without that ladder. Pick up the ladder, and then head out. This is another statue room. We want to pick up the fish head we'll find right here. And that's all we need from this room, so we can head on out. This is the eel room, so what you want to do is you want to pick up this eel sculpture you'll find over here. And then head on out. To find the room with the bronze spoke wheel, you have to crawl through the grate in this room. And then once you get here, you can pick up the bronze spoked wheel right here. And that's it for this room. Instead of doing that, you want to look for a room that has, it looks like this with this little hole in the wall and this grate right here. You want to crawl through the grate. And then from this window, you want to use an orichalcum bead.
It looks like a map.
I said use an orichalcum bead in the statue right here. That may not seem too important for right now, but I promise you it's going to be incredibly important later, because this guard is incredibly hard to fight, and had we just gone straight into the room through the sentry room, then we would have had to fight him and it would not have been fun. So let's head out. Now this is the lava room, and what you want to do when you get here is you want to head over to the pedestal, which you'll find here, and then you want to use the cup with the pedestal, no, not with the plaque, with the pedestal. Then place the fish head on the plaque.
Aha.
And now we have a cup full of lava. Once you get to the machine room, assuming you have the bronze spoked wheel and the lava filled cup, you can then use the bronze spoked wheel with this peg right here.
Well, that looks much better.
And then use the lava filled cup with the funnel at the top. We can then pick up orichalcum beads in the bottom right here.
Well, well, orichalcum beads. I'll put them in the box too.
Before you leave, make sure you pick up the spoked wheel, because we are going to need it again in the future. One thing I should probably mention that isn't really very intuitive is that one room you have to visit is at this rubble right here. They don't mention anything about this being a room, but it is. This piece of rubble right here is actually apparently somewhere you have to visit, and it's the subway room. So you enter it through that hole I showed you up top, and then you come here, and then all you gotta do is just pick up the rib cage that you'll find right here.
Now, this might be useful.
When you get to the crab room, you want to use the bratwurst with the rib cage, and then use the baited rib cage with the pool.
I hope this catches crabs.
And then wait until you hear the sound effect snap. When that happens, pick up the cage with the crab. And now that you have it, we can leave. In the sentry room, you want to use an orichalcum bead with the eel sculpture right here.
Hey, it's getting hot.
Then use the orichalcum beads with this fish statue right here. And now you can proceed through the doors into the dungeon room. Step on through here to enter the dungeon room. And once you arrive here, we can head over to the left side of the area and pick up this statue part right here. Now that we have that, that's all we need. Once you have that, you can return back to the door.
Jones, don't you dare leave me here, you troglodyte!
Don't worry, we're not going to leave her there. We're going to rescue her. We just can't rescue her quite yet. And now we can finally enter the canal after the worst part of the game. It's finally freaking over. We have to fight this guy, and then it'll be over. It's undoubtedly the worst, most tedious part of the game. It's probably a short video for you guys, but I promise you, if you're playing along with me, it's gonna take a long time to keep going. So first to find all the rooms, go back and forth between all the rooms, solve the puzzles in the rooms. It's quite a mess. It is quite the ordeal to do, but you know what? Once you do it, it's finally over. You never ever have to do it again, unless you just let play through the game again. But for this run through, you never have to do it again. So let's just Once we get through
He
here,
doesn't
we'll
have
save our
anything worth
game,
taking.
and the next episode we will go to the canal and finally get out of this freaking maze. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Goodbye.